All right, you guys. So we have a couple of people here. We have Izzy Knudsen. Say hi, Izzy.
Hi, everybody.
We have Rosalie. Hi. And we have myself, and I see Sharon, I see Ken, I see Derek, and I see that Mary Thomas is also with us on the phone today. So we're going to go ahead and start with one recipe today. So let me go ahead and, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on tonight. First of all, we got 3 really fabulous demonstrations, food demonstrations for you tonight. We're going to give you some training on party planning. We got a little bit of recognition going on, and we're going to play some trivia. All right, so this is going to be not Tupper trivia. It's actually going to be Labor Day trivia. So it'll be kind of fun to test your knowledge when it comes to Labor Day. So some of you might have already Googled this information like I did, but I didn't give you a heads up, so you probably don't know what I'm going to ask. Right, Rosalie? Right. All right. And I have my notes. They're all covered, so even though people here can't see the trivia question. And so, no, she's cheating. All right, so what we're going to do is you can either shout out. I know some of you are on mute. You can either shout out, or you can kind of type it in the chat box. So, and of course, you guys here can also play. All right, so here's our first trivia question for tonight. It's about Labor Day. All right? So, why do we celebrate Labor Day?
Celebrate unions and people that are working.
Whoa, Rosalie, you're absolutely right. It's actually the result of the labor movement in the 19th century. During the 1800s, labor unions fought to free the American worker of 16-hour work days and harmful work environments, establishing more rights for the employees. Very good. Very good. I'm very impressed. All right, so second trivia question, okay? When is Labor Day celebrated?
First Monday of the month.
First Monday of September. Okay. However, the celebrations of the American worker wasn't always designated day throughout the country. So it hasn't always been on the day. So they've been celebrating Labor Day, but specifically in the United States, they made it first Monday of September. So sometimes it's early and sometimes it's late, right? So sometimes it can be as late as September 6th, with the kids love, because that means they don't have to start school till September 7th. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and do what we call, now this is not a breakfast of champions. I will share something with you. My friend Claudia, really good friend Claudia, she did this recipe and her people loved it. Now this is personally not something, if you look at the recipe, and Rosalie, I think you saw the recipe.
Sugar, sugar, sugar. I love it.
So I am going to go ahead and reduce the amount of fat in here a little bit with just a couple of things. Now, remember, this is a test kitchen, so we are going to be able to taste it, and if it doesn't turn out, then we know not to do any of the substitutions I'm making.
I knew there was a reason I drove over here tonight.
That's right, because you're taking a third, you're taking a third, now I'm a third. Because, and then Izzy has a really great recipe, and then we have the Tupper Titans. Ken Cameron is going to be doing a bread pudding in the pressure cooker. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I went ahead and cut some of these biscuits all up already. So Rosalie, I'm going to let you read what I got to do first. So I've already cut the biscuits up. So these are the cinnamon rolls that come out of that little roll thing. And I got 2 packages of them. And they say for you to cut them up into quarters. And so I'm just going to break it open.
Did you turn the oven on?
I did. It's already preheated. Aren't you impressed?
Yes.
You should be, because I don't.
For someone who doesn't cook.
So I actually did preheat it. And so now what do? I go ahead and preheat it. Okay, separate the rolls. And then we just dump it inside here, right?
In a medium bowl, whisk the, you're going to, don't put, well, it doesn't
Do I put
say,
these in here first?
Doesn't say that.
All right.
In a medium bowl, whisk the eggs and mix in the cream, the cinnamon, and the vanilla.
All right, so we are not going to use a bowl. We're going to use something that comes in our kit.
Yeah.
What are we going to use?
Power Chef.
The Quick Chef.
Oh, Quick Chef. Oh, okay.
I'm going to be lazy. I didn't want to wash my Power Chef. So what I have in here is I have our Quick Chef Pro, right? Plus, or what is this new thing called?
Just Quick Shake.
Just Quick Shake. It's a new design. And it calls for a ½ cup of heavy whipping cream, which we're not going to use heavy whipping cream. We're going to try fat-free evaporated milk.
Really?
It has the same consistency as whipping cream, and it has no fat. So, like I said, if it doesn't turn out, we know not to do this. So
we're going to mix it 1 for 1, ½ a cup.
Yeah, I'm going to just do a ½ cup of evaporated milk. I use evaporated milk a lot of the times in anything that calls for whipping cream or half and half, especially if it's a baked something. Now, obviously, I can't whip this to make whipping cream, but it has a really nice flavor to it, concentrated milk, right? And then I have my 6 eggs, which I've already cracked. Okay.
Do you want to whip those a little bit?
Do I should I whip?
Maybe you should. Maybe we wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
I
So
would suggest that since there's so
we're going to
many.
use this wonderful whisk that we don't sell anymore.
But we have another one.
I like this one.
Oh, okay.
All right. You know, sometimes Tupperware comes out with some really good things. And I'll be honest with you, these little wire whisks, I just recently fell in love with. And now I'm glad I got 2 because you can't get them anymore. So we do have the new plastic one, which is really easy to clean.
So if you were doing this at a party, technically you could throw the eggs in first,
Correct.
shake them up, and then add the cream.
Right. And then I thought, how would I measure the whipping cream? So I
Measuring
measured.
cups.
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
kit.
okay.
Now
There
you're
you go.
using
Oh,
the
see.
kit.
Now we have your eggs inside here. We have our measuring apparatus, so you're measuring cups. What else we added in this, Rosalie?
The
Vanilla.
cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Okay, so I have the cinnamon already pre-measured, and I have the vanilla right here. So we're going to do is we're just going to put this inside. Let me move this bowl out of the way, you guys. And this is a great little demonstration. So you go ahead and use. Now let me share with you a little bit about how this works. So when you're using your blender, a lot of people don't know this. Use your blender. You put it down so it is actually perpendicular, okay, to the smooth sides of the quick shake. So I have my blender perpendicular, and I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to take it and put it on the opposite end that I want to go ahead and strain from. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to give it a half of a turn. I'm going to put it on, and that is going to keep my quick shake done. So what you're going to notice is when I put the blender on, we have a little bit of squealing in the background. What's that all about? I hope that's not me. Me, I'm talking to you. Sorry. Okay. But, so I put my hole over the strainer part that I've actually put inside here specifically. So I'm just going to shake this up and shake, 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 shake. So it kind of looks like chocolate milk. Cinnamon milk, right? All right, so now I just pour this over the top, right? So we're going to take our little egg mixture, and we're using the 9 by 13 inch lasagna pan, which is actually 100 and what's this retail for? 100 and a lot. 120, I think it is. It's over $100 here. 119 maybe? Okay, 109. Right, there's a 9 on it. Okay. And then we have our egg mixture all over this, and then we're going to add some apples, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I went ahead and sliced up some of the apples already. So I'm just going to lay the apples on top of this. Now this actually calls for 2 Macintosh. I don't do Macintosh. So these are Pink Ladies, because I like Pink Ladies.
What's the difference?
Not really. They're both red. Macintosh is a red peel. I like Pink Ladies because they have a really good flavor. So this is actually one whole apple that is basically over the top, but I wanted to go ahead and share with you the apple core, because the apple core is one of these items that I just absolutely love. Now, it's one of these things that you just kind of practice with it, because sometimes it works out great, and the other time you miss the core altogether. So I'm trying to decipher at what point I should lay it down. So I'm going to actually, this time I'm going to put the stem, or that's the stem side down on my cutting board, and I'm going to go through the flower end. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a circle and just kind of go like this and go all the way through.
Good.
There's my end. Can you guys see that okay? It's kind of hard to see. And then I'm going to pull it out. And I have a little bit of the core left inside there. You can kind of see there's a couple of seeds. But I want to show you this guy. You take this and you just pull it out like that. And it's done.
Nice.
Pretty easy, right?
Nice.
Okay, so then I'm going to go back through, and I'm just going to say, okay, I missed a section, and I'm just going to go in and out until I get the section that I missed.
You can just kind of turn that shit.
Yeah, and you can actually kind of go in and scrape it out. So I got the core out okay. There's my little seeds I thought I saw, I missed. So then I'm going to go ahead and use my mandolin, because the mandolin is also featured. Love it. So always, 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 always use your food guard. Always. Did you hear what I said?
Always.
Always. Thank you. My wonderful niece, I think I shared this story with you before. My wonderful niece got one of these, absolutely fell in love with it. She was doing yams for Thanksgiving. Did not use the food guard because the yams were a little irregular and was in the emergency room getting her thumb sewed back to this area, this thumb flesh sewed back on because she had sliced it all the way off. Needless to say, that's going to leave a nasty scar. But you can't tell these 24-year-olds anyway. Wisdom born of pain. That's good. Okay, so I got my apples. Love this. So easy to do, you guys. I had the first one was on a 4. I thought it was a little too thick. This one I put down to a 3. Okay. I thought 2 would be too thin. If you're using your mandolin and you want to make like apple chips, do it on a number 2. Get your silicone baking mat out. 1 apple will actually do 2 cookie sheets full, just to let you know. So do it on a number 2. You put your oven at about 250 degrees. Maybe 200. I think it's at 200. And you cook it for 2 hours. So
Okay, I've only done it once.
45 minutes to 60 minutes, you take them out, you'll flip them over, and then you put them in for about another 45 to 60 minutes, and you will have apple chips, absolutely phenomenal, especially in the rings. However, I will warn you, they take way longer to cook than they do to eat. If you're planning on making apple chips for your kids and it takes 2 hours to do, you may want to limit them to 1 chip a day because they'll eat the whole thing in snapshots. So now what do I do, Miss Rosie? I think I go ahead and got my apples in here.
Don't do it, Debbie.
Sprinkle with the nuts,
Okay, so we got
walnuts, then drizzle with the syrup.
I have a half a cup of chopped walnuts. I went ahead and bought some chopped, but you can go ahead and do whole walnuts if you have. I thought I had walnuts in the freezer.
Always have walnuts.
I don't. I must have used them the last time I did some baking. Walnuts actually freeze beautifully. Matter of fact, that's what you should really keep your walnuts. All your nuts, baking nuts especially, kept in the freezer because nuts have a tendency, the oil will go rancid on them.
And if you buy raw walnuts, they're super, super healthy for you to eat as a snack.
Raw.
Raw. That means they don't have anything on it.
Yum. Okay, now this calls for a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Go on top of the heavy cream, these 6 eggs. So I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to drizzle just for some fun. Okay, Rosie says that looks good. All right, guys.
Wow.
This is divine. And it does take about 20-25 minutes to cook. So I'm going to see if I can share with you a little bit about what this looks like. Let me break this down. Does that look divine? Oh, it looks that. And then what we're going to do is, do we cover this, Rose? And how long do we cook it for?
25 minutes or until golden brown, and then cool 10 to 15 minutes.
25 minutes. All right, so let me cut it off. This is a new oven over here. Okay, we're going to set our timer for 25 minutes because without a timer, I can't function without a timer. So grab that apple. So what we're going to do next, you guys, is Izzy. Oh, no, matter of fact, Ken, I'm going to have you do it next because you have your bread pudding that you need to put in the microwave. So you're going to see that Ken is ready to rock and roll. Let me go ahead and share his screen. Matter of fact, Ken, could you go ahead and share your kitchen screen? You should be able to.
Yes.
And then we can see what you got going on. Aha, there he is. I'm actually going to try to pin his video, you guys, so you can kind of see.
Will he go full screen?
There you go. Do you guys see Ken okay? There he is. I'm stop sharing my screen. And hey, Derek, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
All right, go ahead and show us what you got. Everybody, this is Derek. Ken and Derek live in Airway Heights, and we are very excited to have Derek razzle-dazzle us with some bread pudding.
Okay, this is just a standard bread pudding, but it's made in the microwave pressure cooker. And we need a half a stick of butter melted, and we're going to use, which is wonderful for melting butter in the microwave. Thanks doing that. It's 4 eggs.
You don't want the active speaker there.
All right, you guys, I'm going to share the screen real quick of the recipe so you guys get a chance to see it. Okay, let me close this up, and then go ahead and I can send this out to everybody so you guys will have it. All right, Derek, you're back on.
Okay, and then we have a teaspoon of salt. And we have 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And just pop this puppy off. Okay, and we also have a tablespoon of vanilla. And I measure like Julia Child, just however much you need to make it good. Okay, we have a cup of sugar. And I'm going to whisk this with the whisk in my bowl to get the eggs and all of this stuff incorporated before we add the cream. It just makes things easier. And then we'll add the melted butter so that we do not end up cooking the eggs before we're ready. And a pint of heavy cream. I don't care about fat or sugar. Obviously. And whisk away until everything's nice and incorporated.
Falling up. The mixture's kind of falling up.
Oh. And thanks to quality control, I don't have it properly mixed yet. Okay, and now that our butter's nice and melted, what we're going to do is we're going to slowly add it so that, like I said, it does not cook the eggs. Now that this is nice and mixed, we're going to put in raisins, possibly, and some dark chocolate chips, because I prefer dark chocolate over regular chocolate. And we're going to whisk that all together to get it all nice and mixed up. And 3 or 4 days ago, I made my own homemade bread. This is where I'm saving calories. I dried it out in the oven. And I just pile it all into the pressure cooker. And he knocked over
The thing.
Yeah. And we'll be right back on. Ken's clumsy.
You fall down and go boom.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's your bracelet.
Turn it around. That's you. Okay. Anyway, so it's an entire loaf of bread and all of the goodies. And I made 2 of these. It's just buttermilk, honey bread. And they're wonderful in the Bread Keeper. I cooked them on Wednesday. They're still perfectly good. Little product demo, you know, got to do that plug. Okay, now that this is all mixed, what we're going to do is we're going to pour it over our bread mixture. And it's okay that the raisins and chocolate chips kind of stay on top because we have another step here. And it's kind of ooey and gooey and fun. We get to get our hands dirty. Okay. What we're basically going to do is we're going to raise these clumps of raisins, and we're also going to kind of squeeze the egg mixture into the bread. And that just makes sure that everything gets nice and coated. We're going to toss it around a little bit. And we're going to make life good. This is good. And I'm going to spray everywhere because this is the Swedish chef, y'all. Okay. Well, let me rinse my hands real quick. Okay. Next step is we are going to close our pressure cooker, line up the arrows, seal, snap. It goes in the microwave for 12 minutes. My microwave is a little bit higher power, so we're going to turn it down just a little bit. And 12 minutes later, nice.
So we can check that.
And so, yeah, please come back. We'll get the goodies when we're all done.
Back to you, Kelly.
And back to you, Kelly.
In the studio.
We should unmute ourselves. All right, thank you very much, Derek. Awesome. So, we are excited to see the final act. I love it. So we're going to go ahead and playing around here, and I kind of lost myself. So can you guys see Izzy?
Hi, everybody, wherever you are.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. I hid myself, and now I don't know where to go. I think I lost myself. Let's see.
Do you think we can turn my camera
Hang
on?
on, you guys.
I don't think so.
All right. So I need to know. Hello, Miss Laura. Good to see you. Can you guys see Izzy? Thumb up or thumb down? Hello? Okay. Yes, I see Izzy. Yay. All right. So we're going to come back over here. And I am looking to do, I lost myself. All right. So Izzy, you are up. Do I see her okay? If you can't, let us know.
Hi, everybody.
She's going to do for us a really fun recipe that she has, she got from the grocery store.
Yes.
So she's going to Tupperize it to make it more Tupperware friendly.
Well, you can't get any easier than this. It calls for, this is called lemon cloud. And what you do is you get a small box of instant lemon pudding mix. Get it in a medium-sized bowl. That should do it. And it's lemon, the instant pudding and pie filling lemon flavored. And then the next thing you put in is get a trusty measuring cup. Okay, we get 2 cups of milk, whole milk.
2 cups of whole milk.
That's 1 cup and 1 more to go and we're good. That's 2 cups of whole milk. All right, then there.
You could always reduce that, couldn't you, to 2% or?
I would assume so, but I just thought I'm gonna go.
Grab your part.
Okay, now we need 1 1/4 cup of sour cream.
Oh, the nice part about it is you edit it and just grab my part.
That's what the whole thing is safe. But
I've never done this before.
if you always chuck your chips.
No, I got them out to
Okay,
stabilize.
you guys are not muted. So Ken, if you want to mute yourself, that'd be great.
All right, there.
All right, Miss Izzy.
Okay, now we're gonna put the sour cream in, or else, oh, okay, and 1 1/4 cup. Okay, that's in. And then, thank you. And then we just mix it up together. And it takes about a couple of minutes for this to get a little bit firmer.
We could also mix that up in the Power Chef if somebody
Yeah.
wanted to.
I was going primitive tonight.
Yes.
See how my arm lasts. And this should set up in a little bit. It just takes a couple of minutes, so they said.
So do you make it, have it go into pudding, or you just mix it?
You mix it up and it sets a little bit, and then you put, what we're going to do is, why they're called lemon clouds, you have the pound cake that's all torn up, and then you put it in stages, in layers. And then we also have the blueberry pie filling. This is starting to set up a little bit.
Nice.
It smells delicious. Lemon, lemon, lemon.
I'm a lemon nut.
Lemon is good.
It's good. And I love blueberries. So I put the blueberry pie filling. Now I'm going to, later this week, I'm going to do the same recipe for a group, and I'm going to try peaches and use one fresh peach, and I'll chop it up and with the peach pie filling. So that should be interesting. Oh, this is coming along nicely. So I guess we keep stirring. Stir, stir, stir. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And it's 2 minutes. Get set up. Oh, if you would, please. And then I'm going to get.
Yes, it is getting. I can feel it getting thicker as I'm stirring.
I was going to spray out the doors, do the lasso step outside, let you guys work on the inside door, and then I was going to head over.
That's really thickening up nicely. So once it sets up a little bit more, we'll put it on in the lasagna pan, which I dearly love. My husband won it for me in a hula contest at Kelly's in Rob's a couple of years ago. He didn't do the hula though.
I have it in my trailer, and it's so awesome because with the top, you can use the top like a cookie sheet. So it's double.
How's that feel?
It feels pretty thick.
Okay.
This is, go ahead and go back, show that. That is the lid, or the cover, I should say, right, to the lasagna pan. And so you use this as a cookie sheet
I
in
use
your
it
trailer
in the
too?
trailer because I'll put French fries in there, or cinnamon rolls in there, or anything like that, and then I don't have to carry a cookie sheet.
Okay, that's good.
Love that idea.
Well, that looks pretty good.
Yum.
Okay. Now we're ready to layer the custard. So we'll put the custard in one layer at a time. Let's see how far this goes.
And you know what I like about this recipe? It's everybody can get involved at the party.
Yeah.
You got people who are measuring the ingredients, breaking the cake up, doing the can opener, all of that stuff.
Yeah, somebody who's really mad at somebody that can really have a good time tearing that up. It's easy to tear, but it's still a good thing. But you don't want to come to a party mad. It's a no-no. Okay, I think we'll do that, and then we'll put some, there we go. Mix the pudding. Okay, we've done that. And so now we will put the custard and some cake, and then we'll put some of the pie filling, just a little bit of
angel food cake. And you know, there's a really great recipe. You can actually make angel food cake in your stack cooker in about 5 minutes by using an angel food cake that is the water mix only. So use half the package, 3/4 cup of the water, cook it in the microwave with the stack cooker and the cone for 5 minutes. And then that's only half the cake mix. So you still have enough to go ahead and do a second cake in another 5 minutes. Ooh. So now we have blueberry pie filling on top of the angel food cake.
This is a no bake, right?
no bake, nothing. It's great. Unless you want to bake unless you want to bake something, a cake in your microwave. But if you're in a hurry and you have people coming over, surprise, and you have all this handy, or you can try other different pie fillings, peach and strawberry or cherry. It's all good.
I like to make shortcakes out of baking mix, like baking powder biscuit mix. You could put those in there too.
Oh, that would be yummy.
Because most people have maybe Bisquick in their house if they don't have an angel food
And then you
cake.
can make shortcake pretty easy too.
Yeah.
So this,
Yummy.
I thought this looks too easy. And I like easy. Okay.
Do you use the whole can of pie filling or just part of it?
I'd say all of it.
Okay.
I think we're gonna put another layer on there.
Oh, okay.
Get it spread
Okay,
around.
that's good. Go ahead and put another layer on.
Okay, there we go. And then we start with this again.
So we're doing about 2 layers. So the lemon pudding with the sour cream, the angel food cake, and the blueberry, and then another layer.
And if you qualified for the chic tumblers, You could layer this in there individually too.
That would be
Or in those
very
emoji
cool.
cups.
Mm-hmm. And then put it in the refrigerator. Everybody have their own little dessert.
Yum. Little parfaits. Is that what they call them? Parfaits?
This actually says it serves 4 to 6 people.
I would say 12.
That's a rather large serving.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I'll take a snapshot of this recipe, you guys, and we'll post it on the Facebook group so you guys can get a chance of seeing it.
It's so easy. And I like easy. I think everybody does, especially if you're busy with kids and school starting and Tupperware parties. There we go. Okay, now,
As my friend says, waste not, Rosalie. She's always making me clean the bowl really, really good.
Waste not, want not, right?
I guess we can put the last of
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what was the next thing that went on? The cake mix. Okay. And then we put the blueberry.
Yum. Oh.
So this is the first time I've ever tried this, so I thought it'd be fun to
It's a
try.
good place to try it. That's the test kitchen.
Here we go. Testing. 1, 2, 3. And there's 3 of us here. Watch out, world.
Yeah, this is going to be, remember we have that other, we're going to gain some weight tonight.
Now, it's test kitchen. There's no calories.
That's right. There you go.
And let's just going to spread this around.
So Yum, does that need to go in the refrigerator?
I don't think so. If you want to, want it chilled a little bit more, you can do that. Or
We can just let it set because the pudding, because it's instant, right?
yes.
So it'll set on its own. Yum.
So there we have it. Oh, get some
What do you
more
guys
out
think? Does that look pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
there. Did somebody sneeze?
All righty. So while that's going together, guys, I have a couple of things that I want to do a little bit of training, do some recognition on. So you can kind of see how this goes together. We got a few minutes left on our French toast cinnamon bake, and we have a few minutes left on the bread pudding. So we'll do a reveal here in just a little bit. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and share with you a little bit about what we have going on. I do have, let's see, let me get to the right page. Da, 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 da. Hang on just a sec. Here's my share screen. All right, you guys. All right, so coming on to what we have next. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of party planning ideas because, you know, we all know that as we go ahead and date Tupperware parties, one of the most important elements is party planning, right, Rosalie?
Right.
If you don't want to have if you want to just waste your time, date the party and don't party plan it, right? Party planning is one of those things that's super important, and so we just want to go over a couple of basics for you. You know, and these basics really don't change, but I honestly forget some of the important things. And one of the things that I struggle with is really sitting down with the host and finding out what it is that she wants from her party. You know, so many times a hostess will want a host gift special. It's evident. Maybe she wants the picnic pack or she wants the new smart multi-cooker because she said that to you. But, you know, a lot of times people will date a party and they really don't necessarily know what they want. So what I want to encourage you to do is really ask your host, sit down with he or she and say, you know, you are going to have an opportunity to earn some really great gifts at your Tupperware party. So what is it? If you could earn anything in this catalog, what would it be? And then really make a mental note, and then of course make sure you write it down also on her party planning packet, because that's what you're going to be able to figure out how many people she needs to have at her party to be able to qualify for those things. So let's say, for instance, she really wants to have a $750 or $1,000 party. You know, just off the top of our head, we know that about the average order at a Tupperware party is anywhere from $45 to $65. That's the national average. So I guess you can put around in about $50. Now, there's going to be some orders that are small, like $12 or $14, and there's going to be other orders that are rather large. And so it's going to kind of make up the difference of that. I'm going to go ahead, if anybody has any background noise, if you could do me a huge favor and just mute you, that'd be great. Thank you. All right, so depending on what that is, whether it is a the host gift special, or maybe she wants the pressure cooker, right? Or maybe she wants the Ultra Pro, or maybe she wants some of the other things that are available in our line, right? So what I want to have you think about is, all right, good job. No background noise. Good job. Is what can you do to partner with to help her get that host gift special? All right. So the next thing I want to share with you is what's going on right now, which is for one more week, actually through September 8th, this Friday, when a host has a $600 Tupperware party and two of her bookings, she's going to be able to purchase this Power Chef Pro system for a total of, there we go. So a total of $25. So now this is a bonus on top of her free Tupperware. So at that 600 level, you know, she may not know that she's going to get this. Maybe she says, oh, I really want that host gift special at the 500 level. It's your job as a consultant to really know the program. So you see, you know something, I am going to help you have that $600 or that $500 party, but let me show you what you get when you have a $600 party. Let me show you what you get when you have a $750 party. Let me show you what you get when you have a $1,000 Tupperware party. And those key elements are what they're going to be able to either, yes, I want to do that, or yes, or no, I don't want to do that. So when you think of a $1,000 Tupperware party, it's $1,567 orders. So she can either have 15 people there at the party, okay, or she could have 10 people there at the party and outside orders. Nonetheless, you want to make sure that she is inviting people from all different areas. So kind of help her. Who is she going to be inviting to her party? Who are the 3 key people she really wants there? Mother, sister, best friend in most cases. And so when we're talking about who to invite, we want to make sure that we talk to her a little bit about how to invite. Now, realistically, I love Facebook just like most of us do. But, you know, when I go to an event and somebody's having a Hamburg Chef party, or they're having some other kind of party, and there's, you know, 250 people invited to the party, because you can tell on the event they've invited all of their friends, I don't feel very special. Matter of fact, I'm like, I don't think I want to go. If she's invited everybody in her address book to come to her party, does she really want me to come? Okay, so a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go ahead and talk to people when they're planning their guest list. I'll say, you know, who are the 3 or 4 people that you really want to make sure they come? All right, because the bottom line is this, guys. If I'm a host and I have my neighbor Leanne coming, I have my other neighbor on the other side of me coming, and I have maybe my somebody that another coworker that I'm working with, and they're coming to the party. I don't care if anybody else comes. If those 3 people are here, I'm having the party. Okay, so what we want to make sure is if she has a list of 3 or 4 people that she really wants to the party, it's really important to know, how is she going to talk to them? I'm going to encourage her to personally pick up the phone and invite them personally, voice to voice, or even face to face, because that personal invitation still carries way more weight than any other type of invitation. So by her reaching out to those 3 or 4 or 5 people personally and inviting them personally to the party, she's going to have the party on the original date, because those 3 or 4 people are coming. Okay. The other thing that I want to make sure, you want to shut that oven off or pull that out? Take a look at it. There you go. How's it look? She's
not quite brown yet.
All right. So we're going to put it in. This is a brand new oven. That's why I don't use it, because I don't like it. So it's at 375. So we're just going to keep it on for another, I don't know. How do we?
Can you come
to the right hand side? You should have oh no, the timer's up by your head. Sorry, hit stop.
Oh, up here?
Yeah, there should be an end button. So anyway, so let's talk a little bit about who she can be inviting. So how is she going to invite? Is she going to invite through email? Is she going to invite on Facebook? Is she going to invite in the mail? How is she going to invite? So helping her develop her guest list. So we like to use Frank, F-R-A-N-K. So friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, past and present, and of course, kids as friends as parents as. So get her to be thinking about who she's going to be inviting, and then I would dig a little bit deeper. I would dig a little bit deeper, and I'd say, you know, gosh, you know, out of the couple of people that you have coming, is there anybody that they could bring with them to the party as a special guest? Not only I would love to meet them, okay, but my Tupperware lady will have a gift for them. Okay, so really kind of dig deep. So if I'm like, oh, you know, my mother, she has this neighbor that they always go do fun things with. I wonder if she'd bring her. Well, absolutely. Make sure that your mother knows that she's welcome to come. Maybe her sister has a neighbor or a best friend that she hangs out with all the time. Maybe you don't know that, maybe the host doesn't know him personally, but you know, it's somebody else that they can bring to the party. Because this is what happens. If I'm going to a party and I don't know a lot of people there, because some of us will go into a situation where we're invited to a girls' Pampered Chef party or that kind of stuff, and if I only know the host, I might be hesitant to go. Just because I'm kind of shy. You might think that's crazy, but I am very shy in front of people. I really am. People are like, oh, you're not. Yes, I am. So I was a wildflower all through high school, believe it or not. So if I had permission from the host, right, the person who was having the party say, oh, feel free to bring somebody along with you. I'm like, oh, heck yeah. Rosalie, we're going to this party, right? We're going to this party. So I'm going to drag her along, or I'm going to drag my neighbor along. Because I'm going to the party, I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable going to the Tupperware party because I got somebody come along with me. So it's okay to bring friends to the Tupperware party and let your host know that really try to build that party attendance. The other thing that's really important too is extra gifts and prizes to help entice the host, so that host has some really fun challenges. And one of the challenges could be, I don't know, to have $200 in outside orders paid for before the party. One of the challenges could be have 10 adult guests at the party. Another challenge might be to have a dating and waiting at the party. In other words, having somebody lined up to have a Tupperware party before the party even starts. Maybe a challenge that you might get is to have the party hold on the original date that she dated on, and she gets an extra gift. You can decide what parameters that you want to work with to get your host into certain habits that you want her to fall into. Because, you know, it's just like we have this little dog, her name is Shadow, and she is very smart sometimes. So she goes out and she potties in the yard, and we started this really bad habit. So when she goes out, she potties, she comes in, we give her a little cookie, okay, little dog treat. You should see her. She'll sit right by the sewing machine like, okay, where's my treat? Okay, we have trained her so well to go out and come back that she's okay. So just like our little dog Shadow, our hostesses are enticed by little trinkets, little gifts, and little things that they can't buy. Keychains, magnets, small pieces of Tupperware, exclusive pieces, like some of those products that you might be getting on the countdown offers right now. Great opportunity to bring those into the party and make sure that host has a little extra incentive. But you can decide how you want to use those. So just some key things again, just to wrap up. Make sure she has a gift goal, because if she doesn't know what she wants to earn, how in the heck are we going to be motivated to get her to have the Tupperware party? Second of all, entice her with a little extra goodies and prizes by doing certain things, and help her develop her guest list so that she's excited about the people who are coming to the party. I always know that when I have a Tupperware party and my BFFs are coming, it doesn't matter if anybody else is coming, okay? Because I'm gonna have the party anyways. All right, so we're pulling some things out of the oven right now. So I wanna go ahead and do a shout out for recognition for week number 1. We have our top 15, and number 15 is Izzy Knutson. All right, Izzy. We have Aaron, we have Mary Thomas. Good job, Mary Thomas. Mary Ann Thompson, Derek Thompson, Marlene Weller, Ken Cameron, $204 last week. Thank you, Ken. We have Katina Hardgrove, Serenity Oaks, Anita Murphy, Chelsea Alsop, I'm going to get your name right. Chelsea, congratulations. Eva Fitchett, $515. Tina Hall, $554. Morgan Hicks, $695. And our number 1 in personal sales is Carrie McClure, who lives down in Antioch, California, and we're excited to have her on the team. Thank you so much, Carrie, for having an amazing week of sales. First week in September. Congratulations. Don't forget that we do have our date-a-thon. It's September 21st, and that's where you're going to call and register your Tupperware parties with Tupperware. They're going to go ahead and have drawings. They're going to have prizes. They're going to have all that fun stuff. And people like Cheryl answer the phone. Susan Perkins won't be answering the phone this time because she got transferred to Europe. Oh, we all love Susan Perkins, but she'll be back. They don't stay away for very long, okay? Plus, we have a whole bunch of people in customer care. Even the regionals are going to be answering the calls. So guess what? Date-a-thon, September 21st. Get your parties in line. Now, these are parties that are dated into, let me see, September 16th through September 29th. So that's the time period, which is a 2-week time period. So consultants have 3 parties, managers through executive managers 4+ parties, and directors and above, 6+ parties. And you're going to get a set of these very cute, got to have for free pressure cooker keychains. The other thing too is make sure you go online and update that party lineup, because that's where they're going to go ahead and load the coupons from. So, but call on the 21st, register your parties, have a lot of fun with that, and guess what? Who knows what kind of prizes that you're going to win in the process. All right, it's trivia time. All right, let me get. I got another question. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, you guys ready? Okay. Hang on. Oh, when was the first Labor Day observed? When was the first Labor Day observed?
In the 30s.
Ooh, you will believe this or not. I'm going to look for my chat. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay, we have a 1952, and you said 1930s. Izzy, what do you say?
I said the 20s.
The 20s. Anybody else have any guesses on chat? Are you ready for this? This is going to blow your mind. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the first observance of Labor Day was recognized on Tuesday, September 5th, 1882, when an estimated 10,000 workers gathered for a parade in New York City organized by the Central Labor Union. The organization urged several labor organizations to celebrate their own working men's holiday event, an idea that caught on throughout more than half of the states in the country by 1894. All right, so here's another one. Which state was the first to officially make Labor Day a state-recognized holiday? You got 50 to choose from. Well, maybe only 48, depending on when Alaska and Hawaii got, someone says New York, Washington,
California.
California, believe it or not, it was 1887, Oregon. Oregon was the first state to make Labor Day holiday 7 years before the president declared. I love Oregonians. I think Oregonians are amazing. They just spearhead so many wonderful things. All right, so let's see what else we have going on. So that was our little trivia question. All right, so I'm going to go mute everybody again. All right, so now we're going to go ahead. So just a couple of things I want to make sure you're aware of. We have the water bottle savings, right? So that's really cool. You guys, if you can, Izzy, you want to come back here and see this? So you might see my screens this way. So we have our festival. This goes on for another 1 week before it's gone. And we have a lot of people that are going for what we call the water bottle challenge. So, this is a really fun thing, whether you are challenging your customers because you want to sell, 30 sets or 20 sets of these. This is a platform for you to have a conversation with your customers. It's a way for you to reach out to your customers and say, hey, I've been challenged to sell 20 of these water bottle sets. What is 20 times 18? Almost 400, right? 360. Thank you, 360. And what you want to do for this month is, and when you think about this week, you could have $360 in sales. That's going to give you some really cool awards. So let me show you what the awards. First of all, this is our 2-week challenge that we have going on. This started last week and continues on through September 8th. And then this week, I'm going to pass through these screens real quick. This week is what everybody is earning. These are the large, I'm going to call them bento boxes, okay? You get a set of 2 large luncheon containers, and what you're going to see is that that one actually holds a full sandwich. So we're talking, it's a pretty good size container with room to have grapes. So it's a man size. It's a man-size luncheon. This is not something for the little kindergartners to take. This is a man size. So you're going to have an opportunity to earn 2 of those with $175 in personal sales. And guess what? Everybody gets to play. So when you think about using the water bottles as your platform to really build your business, that's one thing that Tupperware does give us. They give us some really great products. All right, so we are going to do, I'm going to go back 2 screens. We're going to do another trivia question because we're almost wrapped up for tonight. Oh, gosh, we're on time. I just love it when we're on time. All right, so do other countries celebrate Labor Day?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I only thought that we did because, believe it or not, it says celebrated in other countries such as Australia, Canada. I keep forgetting that Canada is a country.
Canada.
Canada doesn't belong to the U.S. Aren't you glad? I know, I'm glad. Jamaica, New Zealand, Trinidad, and Tobago. Tobago.
Wherever that is.
Tobago, which is someplace. Okay, so they all have Labor Day. Here's another one. Ooh, how many people, this is not really a Labor Day question, but work with me on this. How many people work in the United States? How many people work in the United States? Can somebody, on chat, somebody put down, like, I want to say it's millions, okay? Just to let you know, the answer is millions, okay? So what do you think?
1.5 million.
1.5 million.
60 million.
60 million. Higher.
80.
80. How about 158.5 million people? Now, this is what it said. According to the latest census, there are 158.5 million people of the age of 16 years or older. So really, that's really not the question. I mean, that's not the answer because we don't have a specific figure of how many people work, but there is 158 million people that are over the age of 16, which are eligible for employment, okay?
Wow.
And one thing, I don't know if you knew this or not, but how old do you have to be to work?
16, but I think 18 to be in the union.
Believe it or not, it says, while in the United States Department of Labor states that rules vary depending upon state, job type, and age, an average person must be 14 years of age or older to enter the workplace. The number of hours minors under the age of 16 is also limited and varies by state. So in Forbes magazine, there are children as young as 5 and 6 old who worked in factories and mines in the late 1800s. So guess what? When you tell your 12-year-old to go mow the lawn and they give you some beef, you say, do you know in the 1800s you would be working in a mine? So I'm just giving you a bad time, you guys. This is really hard for me to say. My 12-year-old almost grandson, I'm way too young to be a grandmother. He came over the last couple weekends and was trying to help out, and I'll tell you, there's something about work ethic that needs to be taught to these young people, but that's a whole nother story. All right, so we are going to show off our food. All right, so let me come over here. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to stop my sharing, and we are looking for our food. So what I'd like to do is see how we're all doing. So here is, I'm going to put this over here. And you guys, this is, oh my gosh, this is the apple. This does not even look like breakfast, does it?
Looks yummy.
Oh my gosh, so this is the apple French toast. And I don't know if you guys saw this in my Facebook post. I said, but it came all the way from Paris. So get it French toast.
Ooh, la la.
Right. And then here's Izzy's. Does that look delicious? Yum. We're going to have to recruit our neighbors to come over and eat this food. And Ken, could you please, let me go ahead and take you guys off mute. Let me turn this around. We had a little bit of background noise in the back, so I kind of had to mute you all. Sorry about that. So now I'm going to unmute you all. Unmute all. All right. So Ken, share with us a little bit about your beautiful.
See, the problem is you turned off the camera now.
Okay. Are you there?
Absolutely off you.
Hang on 1 second, we're
No problem.
Here.
I see Kenneth's iPhone. We want to see the bread pudding.
Yeah, the problem is that I can't get the iPhone because something was touched and turned off.
Oh no!
okay. Hang on, we're technical difficulties.
No writing. Here, let me try this. I'm trying to do something on my end. Did it work? Oh, there he is!
Yay! Okay, so pressure cooker. The
Yum. Oh.
yeah, the yellow has gone down, so we can open this up. We're gonna twist, open it away from us.
Oh my gosh! I
have
smell
no
that.
view.
Me too.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
and it smells absolutely heavenly. There's still a little bit of moisture, so I may put this back in for a couple more minutes. It said 12 minutes, maybe a little bit more, but it smells absolutely divine.
It looks delicious. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So Derek, I was just asked if you're going to be coming to do our Cooking with Confidence soon because Rosalie says, "Oh my gosh, we got to have Derek."
Well, I've done a YouTube video for this, so who knows?
Yay!
Thank you, Derek. Love it. You guys, this has been so much fun. So let me see what else I have to finish up with. And then we will, Rosalie and Izzy and I are going to eat.
Oh, boy.
This is the last trivia question I have for you guys. So I thought this was really quite fun. And I'm hoping that you like this trivia question because I know it's one of those that everybody loves. And it is, are you ready for this? Why do people say not to wear white on Labor Day? Does anybody know? Why not? Have you ever heard this before, right? Never wear white after Labor Day?
It's blasé now.
It is. That's actually something that, somebody put 100 million. You were very close on that last trivia question. Good job, Laura. So here's some reasons why you don't wear white on Labor Day. I don't know if this does not stand to be true any longer. Says, while much of the population has left this fashion faux pas in the past, the actual origin of the fashion decree of not wearing white after Labor Day is up for debate. Many people mark the end of summer with Labor Day holiday, so some say that leaving the breezy, carefree linens and white clothing for hotter months was a symbolic way of waving goodbye to summertime. Others say that the change in weather around this date doesn't permit white attire. Well, that could be true. Either way, it's not safe. It's now safe to wear your bright whites in public past September marker in today's society.
Especially when it's 100 degrees out.
Exactly. So just a couple of things that we want to share with you a little bit about what our organizational goal is. Our goal for September is $65,000 in organizational sales for 130 parties held. And we have a stretch goal of $75,000 because it's a 5-week sales month. And we're already down almost $7,000 toward our goal. So congratulations, you guys. We are doing a recruiting challenge. We're looking for 20 new team members this month. And once we get our 20, we're going to give away a piece of cookware. So you get 1 drawing chance per recruit, and you get 4 drawing chances when they qualify with $500 in September. So there's some great reasons why you want to help them qualify. First of all, they get the lasagna pan. Okay, that's way too much, Izzy. Even Rosalie and I can share that plate.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll have that
so what we want to do is we have the lasagna pan when they say yes, and the say yes offer is the cookware piece. So when they say yes and sell $500, they get the what is that pan called, you guys? What's the say yes activation offer? It's griddle pan. It's called a griddle pan. Can you tell that I don't cook? But however, aren't you impressed I cooked this in the oven?
Yes.
Yes, and look, it looks so yummy. So anyways, it is the griddle pan, but you know, you're gonna have an opportunity to go into a cookware drawing. So 20 team recruits this month, and we're gonna draw for a piece of cookware. So that is what's going on for this month. The other thing too is we have some upcoming events. We have our Little Italy, which is a week from today. That is gonna be, oh no, is it a week from today?
The 11th.
Which is a week from today.
Yes.
7 plus 4 is 11. And so it's $5 at the door with a product donation. Then we also have, oh, does that smell delicious? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting hungry. Okay, Monday the 16th is our Record Break Workshop in Pasco. We still have room. I want to let you know, we thought we were going to be able to get done at 3. We're going to 4 o'clock. Okay, so, but it starts at 10. We get done at 4. It's going to be an amazing event. I hope you all can come. $30 includes lunch, your workbook, and of course, great training and tons of prizes and raffles and that kind of stuff. Monday the 18th is a manager meeting in the morning from 10 to noon, and we're going to be talking about a really great concept called Start With Why. And then we have our new consult webinar later that evening at 6:37. Check your schedule. It's on the Facebook group. And then we have something that's super fun, and because we have 5 Mondays in September, we are doing a bingo fun night guest event. And that's going to be, we're going to play games. We're going to talk to them about our business opportunity. We're going to play bingo. We're going to have tabletop demos. What I'd like to see happen is having each table have some type of a product demo right there at the table. Doesn't have to be anything, I mean, you can all be different, right? But we just don't have a microwave. So it has to be something that can be like a salsa, or even this fabulous pudding dessert would be fabulous. And then we're going to have all the guests go around to all the different tables and taste test the different recipes. So kind of a fun way to bring Taste of Tupperware local and really tasting of Tupperware around the table. So that's going to be Monday the 25th, so stay tuned on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so other than that, I think we will see you guys next week at our Cooking with Confidence, Little Italy. Let's really pack the house, you guys. We got some great product demonstrations done with the Smart Multi-Cooker, and it's all going to be about Italian cooking. So we have Izzy actually doing her tortellini salad. We have spaghetti and meatballs. We have bruschetta. Rosalie said that she's going to do the bruschetta, which is fabulous little tomato, basil, yum, yum, yummy for our appetizer. And we may actually do an Italian soup. So then we have soup, and we have pasta salad, and we have bruschetta, and we have spaghetti and meatballs. So come join us. It'll be a lot of fun, you guys. Thanks again for being with us tonight. I'm going to stop the recording, and so those you guys can listen to it later.